People, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's happened again. It's happened again. Newcastle have been rejected again. Like, at this point, what is the point? Like, for real. Like, genuinely speaking, Newcastle should just honestly post like an Indeed job application. Like, just post the positions, ask players to just apply for that role, because you can't sign no players, you can't convince nobody to join you. Everybody's rejecting you. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Sesko is not good enough. I don't think Sesko is all that. Like, I think he's okay, but for you to not even get him over the line is brutal. I mean, for United, this is great. I don't even know if it's an upgrade, but I guess you can say going from a Højlund to a Sesko, how big of an upgrade is that? Like, yes, Cunha and Boomo aside, fantastic additions, but Sesko doesn't even move the needle, bro. He scored 13 goals in the league last year, and 6 of them were penalties. Let's let that sink in for a second. And you're paying over 70 million pounds for Sesko, allegedly. You know, Nicolas Jackson would have been a better signing for United than Sesko is. So I guess for Newcastle, they can take, you know, consolation from the fact that they're probably going to get the better striker between Sesko and Jackson. And let's not be on no funniness. Jackson in the Bundesliga would have been cooking at least 20 goals, easy. Because the space afforded to you in that league, bro, the defending is not all that, especially against the smaller teams. So let's not act like Jackson wouldn't be in that league and just cooking. We've seen Timo Werner score 30 goals a season at Leipzig. And Nkunku was killing it at Leipzig. Kai Havertz was cooking at Leverkusen. So I'm looking at Jackson and the way he plays, and I'm thinking, yo, he scores a lot of goals in that league. So if it does end up with Newcastle having to come in and start talks for Jackson, yo, look, at the end of the day, I would keep Jackson as a third option. We always knew Jackson as our first option just wasn't that guy. Jackson had 2 years to really make that role his own, and he just never did it. Finishing wasn't great at times. I mean, missing very easy chances at times, but he still got you 14 goals in his first season, 6 assists, I believe. Had 20 goals and assists in his first season. Second season, still had double digits goals and assists, I believe 10 and 4. Got a few in the conference league as well. Was it 2 to 3? So then all of a sudden, that's about 30 goals and assists in about 60 odd games for Chelsea. I mean, that's pretty decent. And for the value, prem proven, ready to go, knows the league, doesn't need no adjusting period. Yo, that's a great move if Newcastle decide to play that card. You're really left with Vissa from Brentford, and you're left with potentially Ollie Watkins. But are Villa going to sell Ollie Watkins to you? Probably not. Wissa is probably the one Newcastle can get. But if Tottenham also come in the equation, then he might want to go to Tottenham. You know, his old coach, his old boss is there. He knows he's probably going to be guaranteed a start over there as well. I mean, right now, look, it's looking like Isak might leave, but it's also potentially looking like Isak might have to stay for at least 1 more year. Because if I'm Newcastle and I can't get no one, I'm not letting you go. Like, bro, come back in training, reintegrate with the team, and let's go 1 more season. I'm sorry. We're in the Champions League. We're in cup competitions. Bruh, no, you're not leaving. Like, Liverpool would have to pay me stupid money to let you leave. I'm sorry. It's a World Cup year. You want to sit on the bench for a whole year, train with the reserves? Okay, do that. You have 3 years on your contract. So you either buckle up, or guess what? I'm gonna sell you to somebody else. Your option, like Newcastle can make this real uncomfortable. We're not selling you to Liverpool, so you either stay, sign a new contract with a release clause, and then you go next year, or I'll sell you to another team that wants to come, or you sit on the bench. Like, the choice is yours. And here's the thing: I know Isak has already made it very, very known. Liverpool is it, but I'm pretty sure if another team showed some real motivation, showed some real intent, and Isak really knew, yo, it's either Newcastle for me this year, or I'm on the bench, but maybe I can go to another team and still be a starter. Hey, you never know how that conversation might go. But if I can't sign Ekitike, I can't sign Sesko, Visa is looking like it might or it might not happen. Bro, it's like you're staying. Like, get a couple of, weeks to get your preseason fitness in, and let's go again one more season. But for Newcastle, yo, it's peak, man. And it's not like they don't have money, because they've been bidding for players and being rejected too. So it's not like they have to sell Isak to spend money. They spent 55 on Elanga. They tried to get Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, Sesko, Ekitike, Cunha, and Buemo. So they have money to spend. Nobody just wants to go there. But losing Sesko to United after you're offering more money too, yo, that's just tragic. You're in the Champions League. United are not in the Champions League. You finish in the top 6, top 7, United were 14, 15, and you still can't get Sesko over United. Yeah, you're not going to have a good season. Your season is going to be a lot of trials and tribulations, my guy. You're going to, and if you sell Isak too, oh my God. Newcastle low-key might be finishing 15th, bro, if they have no clear improvements to this team. Like, real talk. Ben Jacobs broke the news, I believe, yesterday that Sesko has decided he's going to go to Man United. You also had Fabrizio. You also had David Ornstein, all, collaborate on that and say, yeah, Sesko has chosen United. United are working on basically, completing this move. Personal terms are not going to be a problem. They just got to work on the structure and the fee and everything with RB Leipzig. Sesko is training, separately, still keeping his fitness and just waiting to be let known when to go do his medical. This deal was happening. Like, it's happening. So, bro, Newcastle, whoo, this is going to be a very, very long season. Long season. And your only option right now is Jackson. And if I'm Chelsea, I can hold off now before the urge to sell Jack. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's business. We're going to act like, yeah, we don't want to sell Jackson, but we know you have money. You were able to put damn near 90 million euros on the table for a Sesko. Yeah, you could give me about 65 and add-ons for Nicolas Jackson. I mean, you're getting the better player anyway. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just call it what it is. If Jackson didn't have, his Senegalese passport and he had some Spanish passport, some Dutch passport, everybody will be like, yeah, this is value for money. So let's not play these games. You put about 90 on the table for Sesko, who for me is not a better striker than Jackson, is not a better player than Jackson. I'm expecting you to come to the table 60 and up. Put that money on it, bro. You need it. you need the addition. So what you gonna do? And if you're gonna be evaluating between, say, like a Watkins and a Jackson, Jackson gives you so much value for money. Like, what are we talking about? Like, yeah, Watkins is going to guarantee you goals to maybe this season and next season, but then when does that start to wear off? You know what I mean? When teams are thinking about building their squads, they're thinking about their age and the profiles as well. So let's not, you know what I mean? You're in the Champions League. So yes, Watkins for you right now, would make more sense, guaranteed go, bagsman, but you're going to be spending about the same kind of bread on Watkins anyway. Because Villa have to replace Watkins. So they're going to ask you for some money. You might as well just pay that for Jackson, to be honest. Pay that money for Jackson, convince Isak to stay one more season. And look, you can have Jackson learn off of Isak as well. Like, I made a video and I said, if United wanted to buy a player between Sesko and Watkins, I think Sesko was probably actually, no, I think I said Watkins was going to be the best sign-in for them because he would just come in and move them up the table. He's going to at least help facilitate that rebuild quicker. At least Newcastle, you're already up there. You know what I mean? So you don't really need to bring in like a Watkins to keep you there. You just need to bring in somebody that can just kind of sustain that level and, just grow and get better in that role. Hence why for Newcastle, Jackson would be the better move. And for United, Watkins would have been the better move. Because Watkins in 2 seasons can give United enough to push him up the table. But Newcastle, they already have a good amount of talent to already keep them there. So even you can afford to take a chance on someone like a Jackson who can come in and just get better. Like Jackson is already good. Let's not get it twisted. Like Jackson is a good striker. Could be a terrible finisher at times, but still a good striker. But the way Newcastle is just getting rejected this transfer window, bro, this has to be studied. Like this has to be studied in colleges. I'm sorry. It has to be transfer dealings 101. Newcastle. Because, there's no way, bro. There's no way everybody's like, nah, I'm good. Even scrubs like Sesko are like, nah, I'm good. Look, if Sesko comes in and he does his thing, I'll be like, fairs. You came in and you proved me wrong. You proved everybody wrong. Because let's face it, people don't really rate Sesko. So even if you can't get a Sesko, you can only fail upwards. And that is Nicolas Jackson. Come, put some 65 on the table. Let's talk. And the beautiful thing is we also have a few pieces we can throw in there. We can give you a Jackson. We can give you a Sterling, maybe a Loco Chilwell, Disasi. Like we can really make this almost like a package deal. Like Newcastle could just come in and give us about 80 million pounds and they go, we want Disasi and Jackson. And we could probably do something. I think they were already linked with him already anyway, So, French international, very experienced, box defender, physical, strong, like, and he could actually pass the ball from, like Disasi on the ball. He's very good. He could play the ball out the back. So it's not like you're getting an, you like, it'll be fine. But we could do something like that. But the way you're just getting rejected by everybody, oh my God, this is actually sad. And for United now, you got Sesko and Mbeumo, and you got Cunha. So where does that attack take you now? How, when you look at that attack in isolation against the other teams in the league, your Arsenals, your Chelseas, your Liverpools, your Tottenhams, your Man Cities, how does that attack face? People can argue United have a better attack than Chelsea right now, which I think is absolutely fraudulent behavior because let's face it, Sesko's not even better than Delap and he's not better than Joao Pedro. So that's already another point we've taken off the table. If Xavi Simons comes in and we want to run it with Palmer on the right, Neto on the left, and Xavi Simons in the middle, Palmer is a better player than Mbeumo. So let's stop that foolishness as well. You can argue Cunha and Neto, but again, Neto has done it longer in this league than Cunha has. So what are we doing? Even if you want to say Cunha is a better player than Neto, okay, sure. But Cunha's not even a winger. He's an inside forward. So you can't really, your wingers are really going to be Amad Diallo, let's face it, because they're going to be your wing backs, Amad Diallo and Dorgu. So how does this translate to United having a better attack than Chelsea? I'm so lost. Yes, United's attack has improved, but they still don't have a better attack than Chelsea. All right, what are we doing? Mbeumo scored 20 goals for the first time in the season last year. Palmer scored 27 his first season and scored about like another 16 last year. All right, what are we doing here? All right, what are we doing? Cunha got some good numbers. So you could say, if you want to say Cunha Neto, I'm still taking Neto either way. But what are we doing? You look at United's Arsenal to Liverpool, bro. United's attack to Liverpool's. That's not a conversation. Liverpool are winning that all day long. Saka, I said Saka. Salah, either Ekitike right now or Isak. And then on the left, Cody Gakpo. Like, Liverpool's is still an upgrade on that. Ekitike, same old as Sesko, but who would I take? I'd rather Ekitike over Sesko. So then that's already 2 to Liverpool and potentially 1 to Man U. Like, it's still better. Liverpool's attack is better. You go to Arsenal, Saka, you got Gyökeres and Madueke. That's still 2-1 anyway. So your attack's still not better than Arsenal's. You go to Man City, your attack is not better than Man City. Let's be real. You got Marmoush, Haaland, either Doku or Savinho or Cherki or Phil Foden. Bro, your attack is still not better than theirs. Maybe your attack is better than Tottenham, but that's about it. Tottenham have Kudus, they have Solanke, and I don't know who's going to play on the left. Tal, Johnson, Kulusevski's injured, so you can't really count him. Maybe you can have an argument over Tottenham's and say, yeah, your attack is actually better than Tottenham's, but that's it. So where do these 3 guys bring United right now? We could do an in-depth video about expectations for the season later on, but for now, I'll say United probably have like the 5th best attack, maybe the 6th in the league, because I think Liverpool's is better, Arsenal's is better, Chelsea's is better, Man City's is better. So yeah, you probably have like the 5th best on paper, because we don't even know what Sesko is going to do, because clearly Newcastle's attack right now is it's in shambles. So I don't even know how that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, even Forest's attack last season was decent, but I think with what United are trying to create, top 6, top 7 with that, attack for sure, but they still need to get midfielders, because it's really going to come down to that midfield. That midfield, either, Ugarte, Casemiro, or Mainu, Fernandez, and that 2 is not it. They will be exposed time and again like cheese. It's going to be like string cheese. Just, bro, every time they play in between those lines, bro, that midfield is dead. And they're running straight to your attackers. And you can't always, you can win games at shootouts, but Cunha's not even he's not that much of a goal scorer like that. Cunha lucked out last season, I believe. Like, he's a very tenacious, strong dribbler, good ball carrier, but finishing was not really Cunha's bread and butter till he improved. So yeah, he can keep improving, but you're not guaranteed to win games via shootouts. Like, you can't just be winning games 4-3, 4-3. It's not sustainable. So they need some work on that midfield. That money they're putting on Sesko, they could have easily put that money on a midfielder. Like, real talk, you could go to, I don't know, you could go to an Aston Villa. You pay 70 mil. You could probably get Onana for 70 mil. Maybe you could get a Tielemans for that much. You could do something like that. You could have paid that money for Leslie Ogochukwu. Give you a strong presence in the middle of the pitch. You could pay 20, 25 mil for Leslie. Easy pickup. You keep it pushing. Like, you could sign players from like the smaller teams. So, and we'll see, man. But for Newcastle, you know, a moment of silence for you in this transfer window, because you're getting done out here, bro. You're getting done up. Like, it's not even a joke. And for United, you know, good pickup. I mean, would it be an upgrade on Xerxes and Hoyland? I don't even know. But I guess anything is an upgrade on Hoyland right now. So that's an upgrade on Hoyland. But we'll see how this all plays out. And if United really add midfielders to this team, and then yeah, you could say, okay, you know what, they might be in for a good season. But people, as always, like the video if you come across it. It pushes it out to the masses. Sub to the channel. We're about 4 from 200. Hop in the comments. Let me know if you disagree with anything I've said so far. I've said Sesko is not that good. You think he's good, or you think he's better than I'm saying? Let me know how you feel. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.